What is up, traders? Welcome to the official Trade Talk channel, where I show you how I analyze price for the most consistent and higher probable entries to help you become a better trader. First and foremost here, let's get this downtrend line back on there, because this downtrend was the trend line that was basically encompassing all of the bearish price action. So naturally, when you broke out above it, all the perma bulls and uber bulls started to say, yep, we've seen the lows down here, guys. Let's get long. And I'm going to show you, some bullish things in this video, and I'm going to show you some bearish things in this video, so buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. Now, when you broke out above this, you did something over here on the weekly time frame. And what you did was you basically said, yep, this is a legit breakout, because you closed the weekly above that trend line. Notice here, you've not ever closed a bullish candle above that trend line. Now, this being said, if this is the bear market, which I called the bear market a long time ago, then this is probably going to get sold into, and you're going to see more bearish price action. And yes, we did break out above that trend line, but one thing we have not done and did not do is take out and close above resistance. I mean, my goodness, here's weekly resistance. We did close above weekly support, this support zone of price. We did close above that, and that's what I wanted to see for bullish continuation. And we did get that bullish continuation here, and that continuation was met by heavy selling, and then boom. Now, the thing is our yearly open is very, very close to that level. So let's go up here and mark that yearly open. So this is very important, guys. Make sure you pay attention to what I'm talking about here. Let's go back to the weekly. You can see how close we got to the yearly open. So that's where I was potentially looking for a target, but we fell short of that target. So can this be considered a yearly open test for 2022 for bearish price action to continue, seeing how all the bearish macro events that are going on currently? You have had a steady incline of inflation for the last several months. Each new inflation print has been higher. So those interest rates are coming. With all that in mind, does this bullish breakout continue? Well, in my opinion, this is going to be the line in the sand. If you take your fib retracement from swing low to this bullish breakout candle to swing high, you'll see that you're coming into your 50% retracement here, and this is currently where you got your bounce. Go into the intraday charts. Here you can see that stab lower. That is the test of that 50% retracement. And since that's happened, what has happened with price? Literally nothing yet. Now, it is early on a Saturday, so we could see that bullish move, and I did take a bullish entry based on intraday price action, but we'll get into that at the end of the video. So if we're going to see bullish price action, I want to see it from this region. I do not want to see price get lower than that. I do not want to see a weekly close below that. And also with that bearish continuation, or with that bearish momentum that we seen over here the other day, blasting through two daily support zones, blasting through a weekly support zone, this is bearish as can be, right? Even though you did have this slight breakout, if you pull out price a bit, you can see that you really haven't gone anywhere. And it's been many days since that low was put in right there. So that leads me to believe that there's probably going to be more chances of bearishness than bullishness. But anyways, if we do get this bullish push, I did take the entry. I'm only looking for price to get up to about $41,876. This will be my line in the sand. This price here. Let's get rid of this right here. If we get a daily closure above that, and then continuation, I will be bullish on Bitcoin, looking for that yearly open test. If we fail here, if we trade up to here and fail and find resistance and roll over, then I'm going to say your yearly open test is in, and it's time to short every single pop in Bitcoin's price until we find a bear market low. All right, and we won't know where that is or when that is, but we can trade it however it happens. We'll be on the either bullish side of things or the bearish side of things, depending on what happens next. So we're pretty much at a line in the sand, and we're not seeing any major bullish bounces from that line in the sand, and that could be indicative of a break, another breakdown. Let's go over here to the Bitcoin MVRVZ score on Glassnode, as this indicator has pretty much called out Bitcoin's every single buying opportunity it's ever had. All right, so here you are. Every time price has gotten into this green zone, that's when you've wanted to be a buyer on Bitcoin. And I mean, this indicator has called absolute perfect almost every time, marking major highs and lows in the market. And you can see that you are closer to being undervalued than you are overvalued. The thing is, though, is there's still room to go for that undervalue to even happen, and it could take weeks and weeks and weeks, or months and months and months for that to happen. And there's no guarantee where price will be if that occurs. Right? If that occurs. One thing that I will point out on this indicator is when you put in this swing low on price here, that was when you got the B Word podcast and then price ran up and done a liquidity grab and then the bear market started. You are lower than that zone. Okay, you did get a lower print on this Z score with this push lower. You did get lower than this little region here. So I don't know if, divergences work on this indicator or not, but price was higher than over here. So basically what I'm saying is we could absolutely see another bearish bout of price action, and we could look for bearish price action all the way down to this green zone, and there's no way to identify where that would be on price. So for macro buying, I'm looking to buy much cheaper than where Bitcoin is currently. Right now we're just going to be trading this asset. Here's your open interest winding right up, and then what happens after your open interest purges or winds up really strong? You get a down move in price. So that bearish move could be continuing, and then here's your open interest put to call ratio. We were seeing puts go up as open interest was going down, which indicated that we were potentially looking for a bearish move. We got that bearish move. So that's why that line in the sand on the price chart for me is so vital right now. Now you're starting to see a small pullback on put to call ratio, which is normal because price is moving lower. So those puts are getting paid out. People are taking profits on those moves. So if this put call ratio starts to go higher again, then you're going to be looking for more bearish price action. There's really nothing, not a whole lot that says that we're looking for bullish entries right now, guys. Not a whole lot. That weekly breakout, that's the only thing I see as far as bullish goes, this breakout candle. So let that be your line in the sand. You drop below that, then you're going lower, and there is really no reason to buy the dip anymore. It will be selling the rip, right? And you can do that on the perpetual inverse swap contracts. That's how I trade it. By using the perpetual swap inverse contract, I don't have to mess with my HODL position. And you can see that more people are doing that as well here on this indicator. This indicator here shows you this is coins on exchange. So you can see, like, since we put in the all-time high in the bear market, you can see that this oscillator has just been oscillating back and forth. So even though price is going down, people are not interested in buying spot. They're not buying spot. And the reason they're not buying spot is because they're hedging their positions on the futures contracts. So futures are good. I'm not really seeing many bullish things out there, guys, on anything. So, we could potentially find support here. And then if we do get support here, I'm looking for an intra-week range to get up into 41,876.32. And then that's where I'm going to be looking for potential resistance to hold. If we trade up into yesterday's open and find resistance and roll over and then close tomorrow's weekly below that 618 retracement level, your next range of price action, you're going to be looking for an expansion lower. This is a very bearish candle. And then one more thing, two more things. Let's go over here real quick. Look at the S&P 500 so you can see just how bearish it is. It's not uber bearish, all right? It's nothing compared to what we've seen during this risk off, but you are seeing risk off comparable to 2019 when we had too many interest rate hikes. That's what caused this price action over here on the S&P 500. Once they stopped raising interest rates, price found a bottom and then traded higher. So that's currently what we're seeing now. So we're seeing price action relevant to that. So it's not uber bearish. It's not like the world is ending and the sky is falling. We're not looking for that. We're just looking for a tradable event. We're looking to sell rips until we find a near-term bottom. Right now, if you look at your RSI, that was an infallible place to take a short entry on this push higher, right? You went right back up, tested your 50, and now you're rolling over, and you did close lower, and boom, there's your continuation move to the downside. So it does look to me like we are looking for a bearish target on the S&P 500, and if we do continue bearish on the S&P 500, then I'm going to be bearish on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a risk on market. Now, here's something interesting. Let's get rid of this. Let's throw on the volume so you can see this. It's insane. this has seen more volume last week than it has seen since 2013 over here. We've seen more volume this week than anything else since 2013 on gold. That is a whole lot of buying on gold. And it's, it's inflation, right? Inflation is here. Gold found support, put in a little bear trap, and then boom, to the upside. So yeah, I mean, we're not seeing any heavy volumes on Bitcoin, so volume on Bitcoin is useless as far as I'm concerned right now. Right now, we're just gonna wait and see if this 50% retracement level holds. So with that being said, guys, hope you learned something. If you did, please make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys trade safe, trade smart, and as always, happy trading, everybody.